People who live inside their minds experience reality in a way that is deeper, slower, and far more complex than most people realize. While the outside world moves fast, filled with noise, opinions, expectations, and constant interaction, their attention naturally turns inward. Their minds are always active, observing, questioning, remembering, imagining. Even when they appear calm or distant, their inner world is busy making sense of everything they see, feel, and experience. From a psychological perspective, this inward focus often begins early in life. Many deep thinkers grow up feeling misunderstood or emotionally overstimulated. When the external world feels unpredictable, the mind becomes a safe place to retreat. Inside their thoughts, they can control the pace, replay moments, analyze emotions, and prepare for possibilities. Over time, this habit becomes a core part of their identity. They don't just think occasionally, thinking becomes the way they exist. These individuals are highly introspective. They don't experience emotions on the surface level. When they feel happiness, sadness, anger, or love, their mind immediately starts exploring it. Why do I feel this way? What caused it? What does it say about me? This constant self-analysis leads to deep emotional intelligence, but it also makes them prone to overthinking. Their minds rarely let experiences pass without examination, which can be both a gift and a burden. People who live inside their minds are often extremely observant. They notice details others overlook: tone changes, pauses in speech, facial expressions, shifts in energy. Because of this, they tend to be empathetic and sensitive to others' emotions. They feel deeply for people, sometimes even more than they feel for themselves. This empathy makes them caring friends and partners, but it can also leave them emotionally drained, especially when they absorb pain that isn't theirs to carry. Silence is not empty for them. It is alive. Quiet moments are where their thoughts organize themselves and meaning begins to form. This is why they may prefer solitude or feel overwhelmed in loud, chaotic environments. Too much external stimulation interrupts their inner processing. When they withdraw, it is rarely rejection, it is recovery. They need space to think, to feel, and to realign with themselves. One of the most misunderstood traits of people who live inside their minds is their hesitation to speak. They are not silent because they lack opinions. They are silent because their thoughts are layered and complex. Before speaking, they mentally test their words, consider their impact, and search for precision. By the time they're ready, the moment may have passed. This leads others to label them as shy or passive, when in reality, they are deeply intentional. Decision-making is another area where their psychology stands out. Deep thinkers rarely act impulsively. They imagine outcomes, consequences, emotional reactions, and long-term effects before making a choice. This makes them thoughtful and responsible, but it can also lead to decision paralysis. Their minds explore every possible path, making it difficult to choose just one. After decisions are made, they may revisit them repeatedly, wondering what might have happened if they chose differently. Emotionally, they feel intensely, even if they don't show it. Their calm exterior often hides storms of feeling beneath the surface. When they love with depth and loyalty. When they are hurt, they process that pain privately, replaying it until it makes sense. They don't explode emotionally, they internalize. Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion if they don't learn healthy ways to release what they carry. Living inside the mind also affects presence. These individuals often struggle to stay fully in the moment because their thoughts drift to the past or the future. They replay memories, analyze conversations, or imagine scenarios that haven't happened yet. This mental time travel fuels creativity and insight, but it can also rob them of peace. Their challenge is learning how to return to the present without shutting down their inner world. Creativity is one of the strongest strengths of people who live inside their minds. Their ability to connect ideas, see patterns, and imagine possibilities makes them natural creators, writers, artists, thinkers, and innovators. They don't just see what is, they see what could be. Their inner world becomes a source of originality and vision, especially when they learn to trust it instead of hiding it. However, this depth also has a darker side.
When reflection turns into rumination, the mind becomes a trap. Overthinking can feed anxiety, self-doubt, and fear. Many deep thinkers struggle with sleep because nighttime quiet amplifies their thoughts. The same mind that brings insight during the day can become overwhelming at night. Socially, they often feel disconnected. Small talk feels meaningless, and surface-level relationships don't satisfy them. They crave depth, honesty, and emotional truth, but those connections are rare. This can make them feel lonely even when surrounded by people. They don't want many connections, they want real ones. Psychological growth for people who live inside their minds comes from balance. Their inner world is powerful, but it must be paired with action and expression. When they learn to speak their thoughts, set mental boundaries, and step outside their minds intentionally, they transform. Their depth becomes strength. Their awareness becomes wisdom. Their inner world stops being a hiding place and starts becoming a source of power. People who live inside their minds are not weak, broken, or antisocial. They are processing life at a deeper frequency. Their silence is full. Their distance is thoughtful. Their hesitation is awareness. And when they learn to honor their nature instead of fighting it, they realize something important. Living inside the mind is not an escape from life. It is a different way of understanding it.